Now, early last month, 12 women from a non-profit group, Women on a Mission, embarked on a grueling 10-day trek across Jordan and the Middle East.
And their journey saw them cross mountains, wonders and sand dunes deep in the Arabian desert, and it's all for a good cause, to raise awareness on violence against women.
Well, now they are back, and to fill us in with an account of their extraordinary journey, we welcome participants and founding members of Women on a Mission, Christine Amour-Levar and Valerie Boffy. Good morning to you.
Morning, ladies.
Good morning. And welcome back. How does it feel after going on such a extraordinary journey, I suppose, to be back home?
We were just saying we're still shaking off the sand earlier in the studio.
Well, tell us, how did you decide that, this is a journey you wanted to take on, especially to the deserts of Jordan? I understand that last year or before you went to Mount Everest base camp.
That's right. So we were a team of 9 women last time to Everest base camp, and we decided at the time when we reached base camp, we were so cold, it was -15 degrees, we said that the next trip would definitely be somewhere warm. Okay. So that was decided then, a year ago.
Right.
And then when we came back, we started researching, and we looked at all sorts of deserts, including the Gobi, the desert of Oman, we looked at Ethiopia, and we settled in Jordan after much research and different considerations.
Well, you did go to the extreme. Instead of just warm, you went to really hot, right? I mean, the desert, Well, Valerie, tell us, again, what was it about the Jordanian desert that you found attracted you all to go there?
The sheer aridity, the contrast with the other trek that we had done. So we wanted diversity. We wanted to do something drastically different from what, and pushing our limits somewhere else. And we had to learn something really different, which was rock climbing this time. So it wasn't about altitude, it wasn't about cold, it was about new skills. And climbing rocks in a deserted area where there was nothing else but sand.
Okay, and quickly tell us, I mean, rough, how long was the whole trip? How long did it take you, and how far did you go?
So about 10 days. The trip was 10 days. This time we trekked over a distance of 100 kilometers, about all through the desert of Wadi Rum. We did actually a circular path around the desert, and we culminated this at the same place we started with the summiting of one of the hardest mountains called Jebel Kazali, which took us about 11 hours to summit and come back down.
I have to say, you are a group of brave women to be doing this, and I understand this year the group was even bigger, 12 women, right?
Yes.
12 women who went on this, and you wanted a bigger group to go on another exciting expedition, but you all have one common cause or goal you're fighting for. Maybe you want to tell us what is that?
Yes, so basically the reason we embarked on these difficult, challenging treks is to support women victims of violence. And through this, we are actually working with 3 different charities, one of which Valerie was involved with many years ago out of the UK, called Women for Women International. She's actually met the founding partner and was very touched by her story. And nowadays, we're also working in Singapore with Aware, who has a very strong rapes counseling program, and we're also working with UN Women on their sex trafficking issue. It falls under the umbrella of supporting women victims of violence. So that's what we feel very passionate about.
But if we try and link the two, how does a trip like this help with those causes?
Well, basically, our objective is not just to raise funds. With this campaign, we're trying to raise 100,000 Singapore dollars. We've raised about 85,000 so far through obviously our Just Giving pages, through our families and friends, through a fundraising event. We invite inspirational speakers, athletes, mountaineers to talk. And then obviously our other objective is to raise awareness about this and to talk to people like you on TV, in the media, in the press, and explain to them what is going on, because I think a lot of times we don't really know what's going on even in our own country.
Right.
So that is our dual objective, you could say.
I think for those women as well, and us included, it's about stepping outside of the comfort zone as well. And we're looking at all these women that are much underprivileged and much less fortunate than we are. And stepping outside and finding ourselves challenged, not through violence, but challenged, is also a way of saying, okay, we're here, we're bringing awareness, we're showing you that we're doing some things. We're not just raising funds, but we're also putting ourselves in situations where there's uncomfort.
So you're making an effort to
we're making an effort.
Connect as well.
Connect,
So
correctly.
I do want to hear, I mean, it certainly took you out of your comfort zone from city life. I mean, you put yourself there.
Urban.
Yeah. Tell me about the journey. What was the trek like? I mean, what was the most challenging or most memorable part of that journey?
For me, the most beautiful part is sleeping under the stars, because you can't see the stars in Singapore and in any urban, in any city, of course. So you're there and you've got this little net, and it's one little tent each, and you're looking up, and you're protected from any crawling animals or anything that you don't really want to touch during the night or be disturbed with. And you're looking at the stars, and you wake up, and it's cold, so it's like what about minus? Yeah, about zero. It gets down to zero in the middle of the night.
You paint a very nice romantic picture, but,
right.
But with the 12 of you sleeping under the stars means you don't have a tent.
Yeah, no, it means we all had little tents, and we had the choice to put a sheet on the top of that little net or not.
Okay.
The sheet protects you, of course, from the wind and really shields you.
But what I really want to ask you is, how tough is it working as a group? 12 of you together, 10 days non-stop, 24 hours a day.
And the girls, it's girls.
12 women.
It's like you get a little...
I don't want to say that, but okay, since you mentioned it.
Lots of strong personalities, different skill levels to some extent as well. So it was challenging. The group was quite big this time, bigger than the last trek. And obviously most of us had trained, and most people had the certificate. However, when you're training on a synthetic wall, like at Safra Yishun, it's very different from the reality of climbing a natural, rock mountain like what you find in Wadi Rum. So that was very challenging, just to adjust to a real life situation where you're not climbing on controlled routes, or with specific bolts where you can hang on.
What about the group itself? I mean, the women, again, from very diverse backgrounds, right?
Yeah,
coming back to that group.
We had 2-3 Singaporeans, we had French, Swiss, Americans, so lots of different attitudes to
It's not easy
nature,
because you get a group together being challenged, and everyone is there for something very specific and very personal, even though we all endorse the same cause. And you've got different personalities. People want to walk at a certain pace or do things a certain way, and yet you have to try to keep the group consistent and challenged all the time. So you need to be able to challenge the one that are a little bit ahead, and still and not let the other ones behind or feel like they're left behind. So there's a lot of emotional, and girls are girls, so there's a lot of emotions. So
that was challenging.
That was challenging on its own.
And I guess that's part of the experience. Part of the learning experience as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, indeed so. But were you concerned at all when you were there? I mean, because of the proximity to Syria, you've been getting news Syrian condition. Did you have any?
Of course, we've been monitoring it since it all started. When the US as well were ready to possibly go with the drones in there, and at that point we advised, we got advice as well not to go, and we posted saying, we might have to postpone it to another time when it feels more secure. Of course, we don't want to be the target. It's unnecessary, totally unnecessary, and it's beside the point as well.
That's right.
So you go stuck together.
Very quickly, is there another trip planned for next year?
Of course,
yes.
Many.
Do you know where you're going yet?
Don't know yet.
We're looking at different options. So we did the mountains, we did the desert, so we might look at a jungle trek next time.
Okay, I thought the North Pole, the ice.
We talked about Antarctica as well, but it takes a bit longer to get there. So we're also looking at something we could do within 2 weeks.
Okay.
So probably something in the
but it will be challenging.
Yeah, we forget these are women with family. I mean, you've got 4 kids. I think.
That's right.
All right, ladies, thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Christine and Valerie, they're founding partners of non-profit group Women on a Mission. Certainly are.
The group organised a 10-day trek across the deserts of Jordan in November to raise awareness of women who are victims of violence. If you'd like to find out more about the organisation, do log on to the website. We've got the address on screen right now.